Big Brothers Big Sisters is about changing perspectives and changing lives through mentoring. Here in Northern Nevada, we've improved the lives of thousands of children facing adversity by providing them with strong and enduring, professionally supported, one-to-one friendships with caring adult mentors. Here's an example of not one, but two lives changed: Sean and Connor.
At that time in my life, I was progressing in my career and I was starting to be successful. And it occurred to me that I wasn't giving anything back. I wasn't doing anything that I felt really proud of.
Connor doesn't have a male influence in his life, so it was really important to have somebody, and Sean was perfect. If I have problems where I can't talk to him about boy things, I'll call Sean, and Sean will talk to him about it. I could not imagine Connor's life if he didn't have Sean. Sean has been a blessing, a true blessing. He's been the best thing that ever happened to us when they brought him to my house.
When we first got matched up together, my dad wasn't around, and it was nice to have Sean because he kind of inspired me like I have a fatherly figure. And he was always there for me, and he was that figure. That's something I didn't have before.
You've seen Connor. I mean, he was just this tall. I mean, he was little. And he always had a different hairdo too. Oh my gosh, every time I picked him up when he was younger. But he was really quiet and he hadn't finished his lunch yet, so I spoke with his mom and the match specialist while he finished his pizza. And then him and I went out to his backyard and he had a jungle gym out there, you know, a slide and a swing and, you know, some things that a little 9-year-old boy would have. And we just sat there on his jungle gym and talked and just tried to get to know him. You know, it was a little awkward, and it was like, well, gosh, you know, what do I need to do to relate to a 9-year-old kid right now? And the thing is I needed to come back, and I needed to come back again, and now we relate just great.
What's rewarding for me is to see an adult act like a young kid, which is something that a lot of adults don't do, particularly. So I'd say that's rewarding because it's not something you see every day. It's nice to talk to someone like you would talk to a friend.
Yeah, and being an adult doesn't mean you have to not have fun and be serious all the time.
Exactly, and you showed me that.
You know, it makes me feel young again to be able to hang out with Connor and to be able to have met Connor at such a young age and watch him grow up. It makes me so proud to see him make good decisions and just, you know, see him become an adult and such a great guy. And I love seeing that every week. And, you know, and I was putting some photos together for this and just, I've forgotten how little he was and how far we've come and all the things we've done. And I would never go back and give that up for anything. One of my favorite memories of Connor is just recently, actually, is watching him drive. When I met Connor, so Connor's 16 now and I'm teaching him to drive, and when I met Connor, he was so little that he couldn't sit in the front seat. He wasn't allowed. And now he's driving that very car. Just, you know, that memory of him sitting in that seat and now watching him sit in the driver's seat is it's priceless to me. Connor is a really good kid, and so many things he does makes me proud of him. And a lot of that comes from his mom, which I very much appreciate. And Connor, he's very good about writing thank you cards for everything. And you know, you get thank you cards for gifts that are given and time that's spent and things like that. And there's one particular card that Connor gave me. It was a Father's Day card. It was a few years ago, and that meant a lot to me.
One word to sum up our friendship would be family. That's the word I'd use, because I honestly see Sean as a family member. You know, if something happened, I'd be there, and I know the same thing right back at us, so.
That is a really good way to put it. I mean, family is a good word. You know, I look at Connor like a brother, a lot of times like a son, and, you know, pick one of those words.
Sean and Connor are just one example of the long-lasting friendships that are possible through Big Brothers Big Sisters mentoring programs. But there are more than 100 children currently on our waiting list, waiting to be matched with a caring adult mentor who can change their perspective and change their life for the better forever.
I watched them